Alright, so what we just saw briefly, I'm not sure how much of it I got on camera. My blade broke. You see it stretched out there. It was pretty dull. When I first come out this morning, just figured I'd try to knock a couple pieces down with that blade. I knew I needed to change it. And I was pushing it pretty hard. And I just realized that something else is missing. The roller guide. I have no idea where that's at. Anyway, what I was getting at, I've had this mill for 3 years now. Been running Woodmizer blades, and this is the first one I've had to break. And I've bought at least 60 blades. I haven't got any reground yet. I hope to get that started pretty soon. But out of 60 blades, and as hard as I was pushing that and as dull as it was, I'd say Woodmizer makes a pretty good blade. Down on this end you can actually see it got bound up. Got bound up, and that's actually what snapped it. The weld is somewhere, not right there. I just figured it was the weld, but actually, see, there's the weld right there. The little weld. So, I've been happy with them. I recommend them. Haven't used any of the other blades, but as good a luck as I've had with these, I don't know that I'll ever try to change. They're like 22 bucks, I think. Anyway, obviously not a paid advertisement for Woodmizer or anything, but I'm gonna go see if I can find my other guide block. So I found the guide bearing roller thingy. You can see a little bit of failure in there. If I can get it to focus on a bolt. I think it had been locked up for a minute. Had earplugs in with a little bit of music playing, so I probably could have heard that. Anyway, I guess it just locked up and spun the bolt out. Like I said, I've been running these for a good little while. Hadn't had any trouble with them. I made these, they're aluminum. They've been working pretty good. I was kind of scared of them at first, but they seem to be doing good. Alright, luckily I had one left, and these are just skateboard bearings. I will put the number, I think it's a 608 RS, yeah. See, these are China. These are super cheap off eBay, I think. I got 10 of them for 10 bucks or something like that. They don't hold up as well as the SKS, which I think is what these are. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Alright, so I got the old messed up one knocked out. Wasn't too hard. This is a pretty good press fit though. I just stick it in a vise like that. Obviously a little further in. Just press the bearing on in it. This actually is still a China bearing, so I need to get some more of the good ones. I think all I had left was the China ones when I swapped to this bigger roller. I was running these small bearings directly on the blade. I had them double stacked, top and bottom, with a guide one on the back. So I had 5 bearings per side. And I think the RPMs was just blowing them all to pieces. So swapped to this, and this seems to be working a lot better. Just letting the bearings run cooler. Alright, let me pop this back in and we'll get it back going. So we got the guide bearing back on that side. Let's see if I can get through this log, or at least make one more cut. I hate to put a new blade on this today and then let it sit. It'll rust up pretty good in between cuttings, and I really want to get to cut on Saturday. Let me tighten this up. So the way this tensions, got this threaded rod, box tubing on the outside, threaded rod, piece of box tubing on the outside. So I can just take a drill with a socket. I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing instead of talking and not showing you. Just take a drill and just pull it on in. And I can actually, this is one way I can track the blade.